Hello, Russian language friends. Today's topic, why should you learn to write in cursive? I have some students who are like, well, I don't want to learn to write in cursive, blah, blah. Okay, why? I'll give you a few reasons. First of all, writing things down, it's very helpful to memorize the words, or at least to help you memorize. Even if you write things down, there's no guarantee you'll memorize them later. You still have to memorize them through some other ways, like using flashcards. I recommend Quizlet. But still, writing the Russian word down and then its translation is going to help you memorize it. Secondly, well, imagine, why should you write in cursive? Well, imagine, let's say you did decide to write them down in your notebook. What if you wrote all in caps? What would happen? Well, what happens when you write everything in caps in English, right? It looks like you're yelling. Or it looks like you are 4 years old. Or 5, or whatever, right? Before you learn to write in cursive in kindergarten, or whatever. So, I mean, learning Russian is hard. It takes a long time to put sentences together. Why? You already sound like a little kid, so why you also look like a little kid when you're writing? Just my opinion. I think the third reason is that I think Russian cursive is beautiful, handwriting especially. I don't know. I just get a strange pleasure out of writing in Russian cursive. Call me crazy. I just like the way it looks. It looks weird and foreign, but cool. And also, it just kind of flows, So those are my reasons, and And by the way I write them, they're very clear, I think. Might not be exactly how the Ukrainians or the Russian speakers, native speakers, have learned them, or the Russians, but again, they're very clear. So let's get to it. Let's share my screen here, the tool that I use to write on. Okay, so let's go. So their A is exactly like our A. No difference whatsoever, I think. Their B looks like our half B. This is big B. Their big B looks like a half B. Okay, and their small b looks like a D, except that or our D has like the straight line. Their D has this curved part on top. Okay, it kind of looks like a D. If you wrote it like more like our D, I think it's still fine, So this is their B. It's not a D. I was just saying it looks like a D. So this is B. Then we have V. In their alphabet, the next letter is V. And their V looks like a B. And their small V looks like from Vicar or Variety. Their V looks like a B. I mean, yes, looks like our B. So this is V in English. Then we have G, and their G looks like a 1, European style, but then it's got this funny curl here. That's their G. Of course, you could write in caps G like this, but it's not in cursive. That's in caps, Russian caps, G. And their small g is like a backwards S. So that's their G. Okay. D is like, the big D is like ours, D. But their small d is, I was almost made it like the English D. But actually their small d is like our G. So that's a D. So you want to keep track of what they mean, because it can get confusing. But it's really not that hard. Once you do a bunch of times, it's not that hard. And then you have E, which is exactly looks like our E. So this is pronounced ye. Okay. Then you have yo. Yo is like an E with 2 dots on top. This is pronounced yo. Yo. Then you have je. Je is I think looks like an insect, like a spider. And je, you could think of it as 2 C's back to back, separated by a line, like this. Or if you want to do more cursive style, you can do like this. You go up, and you go down, and then you go up again, and then you go down. So that's the je. Je. Next up is Z, and Z looks like a 3. It's big Z, small z is like a 3. Z. Then you have E, small e, big E looks like a backwards and. This is E. Okay, in English. Then we have short E, what they call short E. So this is pronounced, the one on top is E, and this is like E, just a short E. Short E. They call this short E. And then we have K. K is like our K. Then we have L. And L is like an A without that line that goes across. And that's the L. It's like a hat or something. Like a gnome hat. And then you have M. What's interesting about M is that it looks like our M, but not quite. It's got these peaks. So remember that the Russian M must have peaks, because otherwise it can look like a T. And we'll get to the T soon. So this is our M. Then we have N, and N, it looks like our H. That's their N. And it's called ha, or H in English. Oh, I'm sorry, N. It's not ha. Let's see, I confused myself. Let's go back, pick eraser, eraser. Go back to the pen that I was using that I like so much. So this is the H is N in English. And it looks like an H, but it's N. Then we have O. Their O is like our O, no difference. Then we have P, and their P looks like a short table, like this. That's P. Then we have R, and what's confusing here is that their R looks like our P, so you gotta remember that. I'm not sure how to make you remember. Just remember that. Remember to be surprised in Russia. Okay, maintain the element of surprise. Then their S, it's like our C. That's their S. Just simply like a C, but it's an S. Then we have T. Now T, it looks like nothing in English. This is a big T. Looks like nothing. Big T looks like nothing in English. This is T in English. However, small t looks like our M. So that's T. Not to be confused with M. Look at this. You see how their M is peaked? Has these peaks right here. But their T does not have those peaks. They have rounded peaks. And some people add like a line on top to clarify that's a T. You don't have to, but it's an option. Then U is like a Y. This is U. Then you have F. F is like a butterfly. See, that's why I like Russian, because they have these cool looking shapes. See? Like a butterfly. It doesn't have those things, butterflies. Anyway, that's F. Then we have Ha, which is like an X. That's Ha, 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 ha. Then we have Ts. Ts is like a chair on its back, kind of like sitting on its head. So it's like a U, and then you get a little tail there. And I don't, I make the tail like this. But however you even want to make the tail, it's fine. Just remember that it's like a U with a little tail, a little piggy tail, if you wish. Ts. Then we have Ch. Now Ch, it's like I think it looks like a clothes hook. Look, you have the flat part, and then you come down, and you have a hook. That's Ch. Not to be confused with G, because it's easy to confuse it. Because G kind of looks like a Ch, but it's not. G is more like, small G is like more like a backwards S. The Ch, it's like really like a clothes hook. Okay, that's the Ch. It also has like a line coming down here. Okay. Then you have Sh. Sh, it's like a backwards M. That's big Sh, small Sh, same. That's the sound Sh. Then you have Ch. It's like M on its head, but it's got a piggy tail right there, like a pig's tail. That's Ch. Then you have the hard sign, which is not really used a lot and doesn't have any sound. It's called the hard sign. Just splits certain letters, like in объявление. Kind of creates like a pause between sounds. And you have this sound, which is transcribed as this. English does not have this sound. And you make it like it's like a half B with a stick. Half B, stick. Half B, stick. Half B, stick. That's like a goose. Like if you're from the South, some parts of the South, you try to pronounce goose, and we pronounce it goose. That's the sound. It's not in English. It's hard to produce for English speakers. But there it is. Then you have the soft sign, which is like a B without that loop on top. That's the soft sign. And makes consonants soft. Like, for example, L is hard, L is soft. Soft sign. Then you have E. It's like a backwards E. That's E, hard E. And then you have U. U is a stick and a O connected by a line. That's U. First make the stick, then make the connecting line, and then the O. U. Like Yuri Gagarin. And then you have Ya. Ya is simply a backwards R, and that's Ya. So there you go. those are the Russian letters in cursive. And hope you enjoyed this video. I'm going to stop sharing this. Okay. Anyway. Okay, so yeah, till next time. See you. Bye.